And my name is Jay. Yo, we gonna talk about these prospects because like right now the NFL draft is coming up, and I'm gonna give you the honest truth. I'm not giving you what the scouts is talking about.
Yeah.
I ain't giving you what the NFL's talking about. I'm giving you the real street talk, like the real talk.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a realist.
Yep.
I'm a realist when it comes to the football stuff. So I'm gonna be straight. And today we're gonna talk about Shedeur Sanders.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Everybody knows about Shedeur Sanders. It's Deion Sanders' son.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Deion Sanders is a Hall of Famer, one of the greatest players to ever do it. You know what I mean? But he's getting all this praise, you know what I mean? Okay, this and that, daddy was this, daddy was that. And people think it's gonna transition into the NFL. But I'm gonna be honest.
Yep.
I might be the only person to say this. I'll be straightforward. Shedeur Sanders is not a first-round quarterback.
Why not?
Shedeur Sanders is not a first-round quarterback because he has a puffball arm. He doesn't have a strong arm. He has a weak arm. His arm really isn't that strong. You know what I mean? And his mobility, like to be able to move around a lot, isn't really there. What he does well, he doesn't make a lot of mistakes. That's it. But as a quarterback, he's only like 6'1". I think he's like 6'1". He's not even the average with 6'3". He's short as a quarterback, 6'1". And his mobility to move around isn't that great. You know what I mean? But I feel like his dad, Deion Sanders, that's what make him go. He's going to go top. He's going to be a top 5 pick. But he's not that good. He's really a second-round talented quarterback. You know what I mean? And I think he's overrated, man. I think a lot of people get too caught up in a quarterback, like they get too caught up in like a quarterback, like the highlights.
Yeah.
But they don't understand, like, yo, the NFL's a different league. And you running around scrambling and doing all that is not gonna work in the league because these guys, they getting paid. They got families to feed, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I honestly think Travis Hunter helped out 50% of the 50% of his success as a quarterback because Travis Hunter was that talented. You know what I mean? He saved them in a lot. You know what I mean? So I don't think he's really that. If you look at like arm strength, it's like average. Accuracy, I think it's average. I think everything is average across the board, and his height is below average. He's only like 6'1".
But he has a completion of like 75%, you know?
Yeah, but the competition that he had that percentage on wasn't that good. You get what I'm saying? So the competition wasn't that good. So that's what a lot of people are going by. Like, you can look at the numbers, but the competition plays a big role. He really doesn't have that, and then more likely he's going to get drafted to the New York Giants. The New York Giants is one of the worst organizations in the NFL. Right now, they're the worst organization because they can't develop a quarterback.
They can improve. Like, look at Eagles, they're the worst. Now they're doing good now.
Nah, see, the thing is, though, but it all starts from the players are as good as the coaches. So, like, if the coaches aren't putting the players in position to win, they're not going to win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Shedeur, only way he can be successful if he goes to a team that's already loaded with talent. Like the Eagles, for instance, which is never going to happen because they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So, and they already got a starting quarterback. But if you was to go on a team that was like a set team, like the Eagles that had everything there, he can do some damage. But the Giants, that's going to more likely take him.
Yeah.
They don't have a good offensive coordinator. They have no O-line. They just got a new receiver. They got a good receiver.
Yeah.
And the defense is kind of like, it's like so-so. It's not really all that.
I think they learned their lesson from 2024. You know, going into 2025. Like, if you look at his stats, he has like 40 touchdowns. He has like 7 interceptions, which is great, you know, stat-wise. So if he goes to NFL, you know, let's just say he loses a couple points down, like he'll probably get 5 interceptions or, you know, 30 touchdowns. But
that doesn't mean nothing because it's competition. You gotta look at it like this: if you was to get in a fight with your brother, your little brother that's only 5, it's a fight, but it's not gonna really be a fight because he's a little kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like the competition level is like that. NFL's a whole different ball game. You get what I'm saying?
I gotcha.
So like when he goes into that type of environment, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
But he could be a generational talent.
Hell no. Generational what? He's an average quarterback, yo. And like I said, if it wasn't for his dad and it wasn't for Travis Hunter saving him on half the throws, he'll be a second-round pick. Because you gotta, the reason why he's not a generational talent, because a generational talent is a quarterback where you can see the arm talent, arm strength.
Yeah.
You can see that they process very well. You can see that they're playing against good competition. All of that plays a role in a generational talent. He doesn't have that skill set. Like I said, he's an average quarterback at best on a team that catered around him. You get what I'm saying? They barely ran the ball, so of course his numbers gonna look good if he keep throwing the ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they barely ran the ball. They wasn't really two-dimensional in that. So generational talent he's far from it.
Gotta say this, he does have like incredible calmness in the pocket. You know, I see him play. He has good playmaking ability, right?
Every quarterback has good playmaking ability and all that. But I feel like I said, in his situation, he's not going to a good team.
Yeah.
So you can't expect that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's going on the Giants that doesn't have an O-line. So he ain't going to have time to throw that ball. You get what I'm saying?
I get you.
The coaches might not have built around his skill set. The coaches might make it worse for him to process and do what he got to do. It's going to be hard for him, man. And like I said, I don't think he's all out of a good quarterback. I think his dad was a Hall of Famer. He did a lot for, you know what I mean, for the sports, for the football community and all that. But when it comes to actual, like, playing with the big boys, the NFL, I don't think he's going to be good.
I think his potential was hidden by Travis Hunter. If he was, let's say he was not there, he would have been much better.
Who? Shedeur?
Yeah.
If Travis Hunter wasn't there, he would have been better? Hell, if Travis Hunter there, he'll be a fifth-round quarterback. His dad wouldn't be the head coach at Colorado. You must have lost your damn mind. Hell no. If Travis wasn't there, he would not. He probably would have been a fifth-round pick. And his dad probably wouldn't be at Colorado. But they would have never won them games.
Nah,
He's an average quarterback. Hell no.
Nah, you just don't know ball. I'm just saying.
Okay. We gonna find out. You must have bumped your head.
All right. Peace, man.
All right, man.